quite a while. You don't do it after you start construction, you put that in place first. And I'm just about ready, our biggest industry is convention and tourism. We can't mess around. I was a little concerned.
Well, I just have to point out, I was very, very delighted when I heard the news about the transport system that's being proposed by the Boring Company. I was excited, I was jumping for joy. I was like, oh my gosh, we needed something like that so badly. And the fact that it's not just being done in the convention center, but it's gonna be done across the strip, the stadium, and for heaven's sakes, the airport, because we really needed that. And hopefully it will connect to downtown. And I've heard some rumors, according to CNBC, that they're planning to connect this to Los Angeles. So this is some really efficient news. We need to clear up the traffic. Now the question is, what will be the state of the monorail? Could this pressure them to expand? Sure, it may do so. But then again, I like competition. It gets things done. And even if this project doesn't come through, it will encourage more similar projects to come along. I hope that this will extend to the outer fringes of the valley, including new outward developments, because we need to reduce our reliance on the car, hopefully to new developments that we can build 30 miles away. And this is going to be a really game changer. I mean, they're talking about extending this to Los Angeles. This could mean like 15 to 20 minutes. We could be another commuter town. Wow. We could be building a lot of new homes, people escaping the taxes and high cost of living. And if I were you, I'd buy some real estate right by the stations, because it's going to be a really exciting money-making opportunity. So best of luck to all of us. Let's get this through. I will do everything I can to push this forward. And thank you so much.
Johnny, 89148. I want to talk about the effects of technology and the long-term impacts of society. I think you guys should be more talking about this. One part I want to talk about is self-driving cars and rideshare, and even Tina Quigley from the RTC has talked about this. It's going to have drastic effects of our society, our tourism. I believe it will change the number of accidents. It will impact monorail and future mass transit projects. And more importantly, it's going to reduce the demand of parking drastically. We have a lot of parking lots, parking structures. What's going to happen when parking is no longer needed? You got people like MGM Resorts, Jim Murren, that charge for parking. Well, what are they going to do now? What about all this empty lot? I guess they're going to be converted to more hotels, convention, and condos. And the fact is, we're going to see massive redevelopment in all of our cities across the valley. New developments will have to be made because current ones are pretty dysfunctional. And also, think about the job sectors that's going to be hit. Now, last month I talked about immigration. And we had an election just recently. A lot of people were concerned about it. Well, guess what? The largest effect in immigration will be technology, because jobs will change. Some will be gone, new ones will come. And a lot of those immigrants are working jobs that are going to be gone in the next few decades. And this includes drivers, game dealers, construction. In other words, 3D printers. It's going to have a drastic impact on real estate and prices. And if there's not going to be a lot of jobs, I can just tell you, I just hope that my taxes aren't going to go up to pay for their welfare programs, because I'm really concerned about that. So we all have to consider about how these effects are going to come to play. And I just wanted to also point out about schools, because if you guys think that raising test scores and ranking of schools is going to go up and we're going to be happily ever after, I'll tell you my story. I was raised in South Orange County, California, one of the highest ranking schools, and it wasn't that great for me. The teachers were not effective, the district was corrupt, so just by raising test scores, it's not going to really be the effect and the true medicine that we need. And by the way, immigration does have a large impact on our schools, because a lot of people who go to public schools, they don't even speak English very well. So technology is going to have a significant impact, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride in the next few decades. It's going to be exciting. Thank you so much.
I want to talk about all I want for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is more growth and new projects, more shares in the stock market so I can profit out, invest in projects out here. I want for Christmas is the completion of Resorts World for 2019. Projects like the Drew to resume, as well as the Allnet Resort. I also want 2 of the Wind properties to continue building their 2 new towers. I want to see plenty of new hotel and especially condo high-rises, not to mention office buildings to spread out all over the valley. That would be splendid. And I also want to see that the cost of visitation not to keep jumping faster than the rate of inflation. I also want for Christmas is personal rapid transit to be built all over the resort corridor and even extending out in places that need, which is true mass transit. I also hope to see that there is updates on the Hyperloop project so that we can get from here to LA, for an example, for about 20 minutes. Hopefully that will break ground. All I want for Christmas is more growth, more population rates accelerating, hopefully the levels of the last decade or 2. Hopefully this growth is not going to accelerate home prices that goes faster than wages and inflation. This means that housing construction and other is good quality, so we don't build homes that rust away after 20 years like you see many of the windows. Not to mention these neighborhoods that we create are also attractive to many tourists as well. So if you look at traditional neighborhoods across the country. I hope to see that when we have population growth, we don't see an increase of our percentage of non-citizen population. In other words, that percentage continues to fall. I believe in merit-based immigration. I also believe that the planning needs certainly alternatives, and we have to particularly focus in areas that we build single-family residential, where shops are more closer and they're sized appropriately. But other than that, what I want for Christmas is a prosperous 2019. Hopefully you will take my words, and hopefully we will hit the accelerator and get prepared if there's a potential economic downturn. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.